Hi guys, I'm now in the back of the Richard Weston spreader. The floors come slack. So basically I've undone the joining link. We've basically got to take that out and cut 2 links off and then rejoin it. So basically I've got to cut through there and there with the grinder. Yeah, and then put it back together. There's one there. There's one there. We've already done this one over here. You can see the distance between that one and that one is closer than that one and that one. So yeah, that's why we took 2 links out. So yeah, because the floor at the front it's got hydraulic pressure rams on there that keep it tight, and that was as far forward as it would go, and it came off. The chain had come off, and we bent a couple of bars, but we're straightening about best we can. That'll probably be an end of season replacement type, but I think it'll keep going for now. So we just got to take this one out here and then do that one. But the main problem was releasing the pressure on the front. The rams didn't want to come back, but Sam's just finished. Sam's over here. He's just finished knocking that back, so we can now do this side.
There we go.
Right, we now got Sam here. He's doing some filming of me using my phone, because as you probably realise, Sam's footage tends to be a bit shaky, so he's trying my camera. There we go. He's trying with my camera to see if it's any better. Right, that's the bits. Yeah, if you keep roughly the same distance you were with mine, just to see if it's any different. Right, I've sorted out the problem with the floor. I'm still in this muck spreader. I'm in the tractor now actually, but the variable speed on the floor isn't working, so I'm just trying to work out where the break in the wire is. This is the control box here, and that dial there does the speed. So I've worked out which of the 2 wires. I've plugged these in here, and I've got 11.33 volts. Hang on. Now if I turn this dial here, it doesn't change much. It's going down. You see when you turn it down, and then when you turn it up, you can. It obviously goes higher, right up to yeah, that's maximum. So yeah, so we've got power here. Well, let's go to the next point. So we've got power there. Right, there's no power here at this joint, and the wire goes down there and along through all this stuff here. I'm just going to start taking this off to see if I can find a split in there or something where it's got jammed or something, to see how I get on. Right, I have just found it here. If you look a bit close, yeah, that's cut through that wire there. Somehow, no idea how that's happened. That's there. Nowhere near nothing, but it's got caught on something. Working now. I've just sorted it out. So now when it's the speed control, if you slow it right down there, and you pull the thing. I'll zoom in a bit. See the floor isn't going. And if I speed it up, it starts going. Oh, here. And then the further you go round, the faster it goes. And that's when the tractor eye goes. It goes faster than when the tractor's revved up. When the tractor up. That's flat out. Slowing down. That's where to stop. Job done. Vitamin just got 2,000 hours on it. Afternoon guys, I'm out at my baler. As you can see, I'm just doing some winter service work on it, filling it up with string. That was quite empty, and just greasing it up and checking it over. Yeah, because it's a bit horrible outside. It's rather windy. The wind has eased off now. It's now afternoon, but yeah, hasn't been very nice, this storm that come through. I don't know, they said they weren't going to name it because it weren't strong enough, but I would have thought it was. It's pretty wet and wild earlier, but anyway, just getting this string in this baler now. I'll just show you this knot, how we do these knots on these strings. So you do left over right, and right over left, and then you've got that like that. And you put it tight, and then for extra security, I just do a little knot like that on the end, put it through, and then what I also do is this down here. This stuff here, basically it's a electrical tape. I just go round. You want to keep the tails really short, that's a really short one. Just go around like this, just to hold the whole thing together. And since I've done that, I haven't had one knot come undone. But you must, when you do these, you must remember to get the right end. Let me get another. I'll just get another one. These are the big. These are the 18. 1800 length on there, so they're the long ones. So you have to make sure you get the right end. You see here, that's upside down. Let me turn it around. Pull from this end, so you have to get that one, and then you get, obviously the pull from that end has gone to the previous one, and this one you have to get the end. And what I always do is I always turn it round, so there's no way those two can get tangled up, because if you get these strings tangled up, you have a bit of a nightmare, to say the least. So you have 3 on the back section. That's the M1, 2, 3, and then 2 on the front section, and that's repeated 3 times up the baler, because obviously there's 3 strings, so it's the same the other side. And yeah, so you have to, this little bit here, there's the partition, so you know that 3 go at the back and then 2 go at the front. And when I do them, I always move this. See, this one's in the second one, there's a gap here. I always move that one in there and put the new one in there. So otherwise you have a string going at the top, and that's another place where it can get caught. And if you get these caught and pull the whole system out, it can take up to half an hour to re-thread the whole system through, which when you're busy in harvest time, you don't really want that, do you? So for the sake of moving that there, how long does that take me? A few seconds. Yeah, so pull from this end there, and that one's already in the right position, so I don't need to rotate that one round. Like that, and if you can see, this one's a slightly smaller one than that one. This one is where is it? Can't see it, it's covered in dust. That's a 1400, but that with the twine, you can't detect it, is ever so slightly thicker. Because we did have some problems in the summer with this string bursting. We weren't sure if it was that or because it was so dry. So, but I've got some of this. I'm just using that. So that's the reason for that one being slightly smaller than that one. There's more string on it, but no, sorry, there's less length on it, but it's thicker string. Right, another thing we need to do is, this is the oiler for the grease, the greaser, the automatic greaser, so I've just got to top that up. And then there's another oil around here, and this one's for the chain. This one here is for the chain, so this one has slightly thinner oil. In here I put 10W30, and that's the chain one. And in this one I put 9140, which is a lot thicker. So today it's quite a lot colder now. Since this rain has gone, the wind has brought the cold weather down from the north, so it's a lot colder. So this oil is not pouring very quick because it goes in the cap at the top here. I don't know if you can actually see in there, there's a little filter in there, which is in here. It goes down to about there, and then the oil passes through that just to make sure you don't put any bits in it. So yeah, so on this cold weather that don't flow very well. You can't pour it in very quicker. It's full. You have to slow it down. I don't know if I've got enough here actually. You see it slowly coming up. No, I've run out. I think it's more. Right, let's do this one. This is the thinner oil, so hopefully that'll go quicker. That's totally different. That's going a lot quicker. Yeah, that's fine. Hopefully I've got enough in this can. Yeah, I have. It's nearly there. Fill up for another season. Right, that's full. Let's put the lid on. I mean, this lid is connected. It can't come off. But it's important to have these things screwed on. There we go. Right, oil's done. Next thing will be to give it a bit of grease. Right, now these are the chains for the pickup. I've managed to tighten this one up. That one's tight now, but this one is at the end of the tightener. You've basically got I mean, you can't really see it on, it's very difficult, but this one you see is a slot here where you can push it down, and there's still a bit of a gap at the bottom there, so you can get it a bit tighter. But this one here, I don't know if you can see it there, you can't even see my finger, can you? In there, it's right at the bottom of the slot. It won't go any further, so I have to take the chain off. So I've just found the joining link here. I'm just taking that to pieces, and then I have to, what you have to do, you have to take a, let me think, you have to obviously take that one out, pulls that apart, and you have to take out and put a half link in, I think. So I think that's what I'll have to do.